Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ECL Red Bull Cup being presented by Beyond the Summit. It is after hours here. It's always after hours at BTS because we only cast agents.
That's the back room.
Okay.
We have not that.
Oh, the one behind. Okay.
The BTS laundry room. There's a rager going on there right now. Ben Wu's pounding beer cans as we speak, smashing them on his forehead after he drinks them.
With two collars up.
They're crumpled carcasses falling to the ground.
And for those of us that are actually working, it's TongFu versus lgd Gaming here. Game number 2. TongFu had I don't want to say a stomp, but a very decisive victory. I think they did pretty well on most of the team fights, and then they just kind of rolled over LGD China at the end.
Yeah, LGD China, there were just a few bad engagements. Yao normally so reliable on his Magnus, hit a few good RPs, but kept on giving it away to the enemy Rubik, and that's just something you can't afford to do.
Yeah, the Rubik pick, that third pick, I think, for Shansheng definitely paid out here. But let's say how we're going to do for this particular draft. TongFu opening up here on the Radiant side, and LGD China on the Dire. It's going to be the Alchemist and Bane this time. If Victor, we could jump in there one.
Our lovely.
Get the logo. Still here.
Oh. We'll hop inside the game in a second here, guys. But the Lumi, heading into game 2, what do you think that LGD China needs to do differently to avoid falling 2-0 here?
I thought the Mag Alchemist combo was unbeatable, and then they just lost with it. So I have no idea what they're gonna do. But particularly against this TongFu lineup, Visage and Naga Siren, two support that we see quite often for Chinese team to kind of duel up against. If you want to focus on now, we get the chat. Okay, all right, good. We have gotten all worked out. You can't tap out to check. The screen might be on you.
Oh, it is on me.
Yeah, it was on you. That's why it's now on me. By the way, we have production value, lost 2 lights, but now we have 2
My
screens.
bad, Victor. We have our good friend Victor subbing in.
Yeah.
And the equipment is rather confusing at first. Don't forget we have to make sure we have in-game sound, Vic. But on that note, Lumi, draft no underway.
So, to answer your question, because I know you weren't listening because you were reading chat, but I thought LG China would not lose with Alchemist Mag combo. It's a combo that they have like an 80% win rate on. They lost the game, and now I think TongFu has a better lineup. But Visage and Naga Siren are fairly weak early game heroes, and I definitely think you could kind of punish them by doing a little bit better rotation, maybe start ganking the mid lane a little bit more often, but maybe that's a little bit too early to call for because you don't know who TongFu is going to be running mid. One thing that they need to do right now is to ban Weaver, because TongFu is probably the best team in the world to play Weaver. And Weaver, really good against Alchemist, really good against Bane in my opinion, just really good, kind of underrated carry overall.
There is also a lifestealer in this game, but actually he gets banned out now. Yeah. So Prophet the ban for TongFu, good split pushing option. I really like the Naga Visage opening. It's so versatile. Naga can be played as a tri-lane support, which seems to be the flavor of the month, is that 4-position Naga Siren. She can be a solo mid. She can be a tri-lane farmer. So very hard to predict how their enemy team is going to draft from there, but it gives you a lot of early lane presence, a lot of mid-game firepower. I just think it's a very good opening from TongFu. LGD Gaming, yeah, Alk can go mid, but I would much rather have a hero like Naga who does less with less farm. A hero like Alk, sure, he can be played as a utility hero, but he's just so much more effective as a hard carry.
Really like TongFu's ban here on Nature's Prophet. It feels like when all things goes wrong, it's Shao 8 Nature's Prophet that carries them back in the game. So really kind of taking away one of LGD's best weapon. To me, I think Shao 8 has been playing the best Dota for their particular team in the past month or so, and he's been part of a ton of their late game victory. That's not going to be an option here in this game or the last game. It was also banned out there. But for now, we're going to see LG Gaming with their last ban. I still think that Weaver is a very must-ban hero. Either that or Dragonite, because TongFu has been definitely favoring both Weaver and DK as their 1 and 2 row carry.
Yeah, and you can really see why, right? Because they're heroes that just suit TongFu. TongFu is a team that they're playing like how Invictus Gaming was playing 3 or 4 months ago. They are the Chinese team that likes to fight early and often. They like to win the lanes and snowball and crush from there. They'll pick multiple heroes that scale well, but they won't pick many heroes that take hours to come online. They won't often pick anti-mage. They won't often pick PL. Not that anyone's picking that particular hero, but they won't really run a greedy safe lane. Now, if they run one, gets a Shadow Blade and he goes and fights very quickly. So I think TongFu, this style is a good style against LGD. We've seen that LGD often just gives away too much in the laning stage, and that has a hard time clawing back as far as getting back into the game, they'll go for an Enchantress. So rather than trying to fight their way back in, they're going to look to contest this Visage early. Most teams have been banning the Enchantress as well as the Chen against when they pick up Visage, because otherwise the Visage isn't a good hero to move around, and he's also not good against creep dives. He has no way to kill them quickly. Grave Chill, Soul Assumption don't really help you against Enchantress creep. So I like this pick a lot from LGD, plus it's a change-up, and that is really what they needed. They looked a little bit like an open book to me in Game 1.
Yeah, I guess Grave Chill, you could slow down the Centaur or whatever that's running at you, which is okay, but it's not an answer. But for me, I feel like this LGD pickup Enchantress is actually really, really, I don't want to say brilliant, but it feels like this is some adjustment you make. This is actually the first time in, I want to say, weeks that I've seen LGD actually run a jungler, and it's a jungler that forces them to be aggressive. If you want to play a passive jungler, you put it in Nature's Prophet, the Darkseer, or maybe even Enigma. But the reason you pick Enchantress is for early game tower dive, is for early game tower pushes. And well, we'll put that on the back burner because there's an Outworld Destroyer and a Razor.
Oh man.
Cheeky combo?
This is so broken. Like, look how easy it will be for him to steal damage. Net and Snare for Naga is one of the longest single target disables in the game. And there's no real way out of it for anyone, unless you get a Ghost Scepter.
Right.
OD, you can Astral someone while they're being static linked. That doesn't break the static link. You're still draining damage.
Right.
This is scary, man. This is very scary.
You could also link and sleep.
Yeah, so if Bane uses a sleep defensively, that's not going to save you.
Nope.
Nothing's going to save you from this Razor.
No, you can net and Naga sleep.
Oh.
You control it whenever you want. So, I love this kind of synergy they have going right now, but I want to point out they have no true stun.
Yeah. That's fair.
Still fine. And also, I want to say, why do you pick it fourth? Because now if you pick Razor and this kind of combo against a one-core Alchemist, you win flat out, because all of the Alchemist damage is drained. But now if you pick a Razor, LG says, dude, our one-core Alchemist is not going to cut it. I'm pretty sure they have to pick up another Scary right now.
And, yeah, I think that's a great point. Razor is much more of just an anti-carry than he is a hard carry. As for TongFu, I think it's a support Naga here, so I think they'll be picking another solo, and that solo should be a team-fighting one. Something like OD's probably your natural solo mid this game, especially against Enchantress. If you run him any other lane, he's very vulnerable to tower dives. Sure, you can self-astral, you can astral the Enchantress, but that won't save you from the creep. Eventually, you're going to go down on a side lane, which means they need a very elusive and survivable solo, maybe a Weaver?
For TongFu?
Yeah. They need that side lane solo.
I think they needed a Windrunner, which got snapped up, because Windrunners, because they lack tower defense as well.
Yeah.
Right now, they have...
Swarm isn't that great there.
Yeah, they have Plasma Field and maybe Naga Riptide from Illusions, but I felt like Windrunner gives you the stun that they need, which they have very little. They need a survival hero that could give crowd control, which gives you Shackle Shot, and they also need a hero that could at least draw creeps off the tower with the long range spell, which is Power Shot. So I felt like Windrunner perfectly fitted to take it. LG Gaming says no, we'll take it for ourselves. And well, they're gonna get themselves a Puck.
Oh,
so
Puck, that was the other
offensive
one.
tri-lane Razor is something that we haven't considered. Razor is one of the best offensive tri-lane hero because the AoE is so huge. And of course, Naga Siren's AoE is really large as well. And now you have two high bursty damage heroes. And that means your Visage Soul Assumption is going to be going off the hook. This is fairly aggressive. When you run Enchantress, you don't get early game defense. You get a Centaur, but that doesn't help you defend.
In Game 1, we saw a completely different approach from LGD. They went for the big AoE ultimates. They went for a 4 Protect 1, and this still sort of looks like a 4 Protect 1, but it's one that can fight constantly. Roar's got a low cooldown. Shackle Shot, a very low cooldown. Alk Stun, Bane Sleep, and Brain Sap. They can fight early, they can fight often, and they can keep on fighting. Whereas last game, they had to take very selective fights. If they screwed up an RP, if they screwed up a coil, they were just done for a minute, minute and a half, even longer. So it's a very different style for LGD China. I'm not sure how well they'll be able to execute it, but I'm excited about one thing, and that's the Shao 8 Beastmaster heading to the mid lane. Direct rate on one of his signature heroes. Can he control the flow of the game?
We'll have to see. And of course, you talked about Shai on the Beastmaster. DD is going to be playing on the support Enchantress. First time I've seen DD play Jungle in a bit. I think he had one game as Chen back in the Alien World Cup. Sylar's going to be playing the Alchemist. We have DDC on Bane Elemental. And last but not least, Windrunner is going to be handled by Yao.
Yeah, on the Radiant side, we'll have TongFu leading 1-0 in the best of 3. Remember, this is a single elimination bracket, y'all. It's the RedBull ECL LAN Finals Season number 2. About $20,000 in prizes to be claimed. First place is the big one. You get, I think it's $15,000 around there, and you get a berth to the grand finals at the end of the year. Whereas the prize, you can do the math. For the second and third places, it's like around 5 to maybe 7K total between those, and there's no berth to the big Red Bull Grand Finals at the end of the year. So a lot to look forward here for the team that can win it all, but they've got a long road ahead of them. TongFu, King J on the puck. We'll have Hao on the Razor, heading to the aggressive tri-lane position with Sung Shung. Played a hell of a Rupik in Game 1. He'll be on the Visage in Game 2. Banana, support Laga, as mentioned, very popular as of late in all scenes, but especially in Asia. And Mu, actually they're going to go with a safe lane OD. This will be very weak to an Enchantress aggressive tri-lane, but it looks like it will be a 1v1, and it's going to be a great matchup for him.
Yeah, it's an absolutely easy matchup, I have to say as well. It looks like TongFu already in Viscera and Banana. They're going to go up top and start finding some prey. Enchantress is going to get scouted on the right side. Let's see if Banana's going to go for the block here, or maybe instead it's going to go for kill. Enchantress drops them a Sense Ward. A little bit of Sixth Sense here. We'll see the Naga swing by and have perfect vision doing so.
Yeah. You can't stop the body block with a Sentry Ward, though. That's for sure.
You scare him away.
Oh, Banana should have stuck around there a bit longer.
It could have took like 1 or 2 extra hit, but for me, I'm just worried what Silo is going to do in this lineup, because look at how many spells will shut him down throughout each stage of the game. You have Static Link, you have Grave Chill, you have Net, you have Sleep, you have Astral Imprisonment. As a one-bro carry, you have to deal with a ton of these spells. His positioning and BKB activation have to be impeccable, and I just don't know how he's going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a game where Sylar can look to carry it by himself. Sure, maybe he ends up racking up a lot of kills, but that'll be if his team are hitting big Fiend's Grip, big Roars, big Shackle Shots in the mid-game. And right now, I'm just looking at LGD China that have 2 very disadvantaged solo matchups. So their tri-lane, tough, and Anauk as a melee farmer against a Razor tri-lane, that's always going to be a hard matchup. And it's something where the Enchantress can maybe help them turn around, but I'd still give TongFu an edge here, most likely. Puck for King J versus Beastmaster mid. That's a matchup they should win. And the one they should really crush is this Mu safe lane OD against off lane Windrunner. Not easy matchups here in the laning stage.
Yeah, I mean, Windrunner's going to do okay to level 1, level 2, but once you see a level 2 imprisonment, which we do now, Mu is just going to flatly zone him out of the lane. And we'll see the damage discrepancy going higher and higher. LGD starting to take control of the tri-lane by slowly pulling, by stacking and things of that nature. TongFu's going to have to try to find themselves some kill. They have a ton of lockdown, they have a ton of burst damage, and once Naga hits level 2, I think that's when the kill happens. Ensnare into Riptide, into Plasma Field, Soul Assumption. It doesn't matter who it is, they should die.
It's a headlong race for the bottom rune. King J running along with Xiao 8. Is there an orb available? No mana for it. This is Xiao 8 getting the rune first. If King J doesn't back off now, he could be in a lot of trouble. King J wants to deny it. Can he get it in time? Oh, just barely.
That was so close.
If Xiao 8 gets that rune,
he's dead.
That's probably first blood. Like, almost certainly, because there's still no orb for King J. That was bold. Like, that projectile was a quarter of a second from being too late.
Yeah, I would
ballsy play.
I would have just backed out halfway because, you know, Beastmaster does have higher base movement speed, but he barely made it. That was just kind of high risk, low reward. Reminds me of Sexy Bambo. Shout out to him when he also makes a lot of high risk, low reward plays, but worked out for King J there.
Blitz would be happy because that's a very spiteful play by the Puckman. King J just being a jerk. He was playing the creep wave too. And, so the mid lane actually ends up going well for Xiao 8 so far, 12-2. I still think the Puck should have a bit of an edge here, but Xiao 8 going for his signature build, which is always to max Inner Beast and Axes early, and at least get 2 points in the Inner Beast and then max Axes by level 7, and you just constantly push the lane. Spam Axes, you pressure the tower, you force the Puck to play defensively, whoever the enemy solo is, and you just try and win by farming them. And if the creeps are always in your favor, a lot harder for the enemy solo to harass you. So he's got an unusual way of playing the matchup. Still though, King J off to a great start here. 17-4, 18-4 at 3.5 minutes. That is a really, really fast start.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of underestimate what Inner Beast does for you in terms of harassment as well. When you have 5 base armor, and when your creeps, well, looks like we'll talk about that later as we see initiation up top here. But Hao gets sleep under the tower here. We're going to see a fully charged stun. Well, it's going to fly out right now. Where's the tower focusing? It's going to be on Hao right now. Hao in huge trouble. Acid Spray gets dropped down as well. He's going to go down to the Acid Spray and a couple of creeps right click. TongFu needed to get some kills. That didn't happen. And in fact, it was LGD that strikes first on the board.
What a boring.
Enchantress wasn't even there.
What just like an not boring, but what like an awkward first blood that was. Just goes in, he goes for the static link, it's broken immediately, gets slept under the tower. A full duration stun gets channeled and just barely ends up going down. The tower aggro not cooperating. I still think TongFu is in okay shape. The main reason you run this aggressive tri lane, it's not really to kill the Alk, it's just to slow down his farm. And he's 16-3, he's actually farming a lot better than expected, but he's not farming free farm Alks, and he is being forced to level up Acid Spray as well as Unstable Concoction, which in and of itself is an economic victory. The other thing is, you also run this aggressive tri lane, more importantly, is to win your 2 solo lanes, and they're definitely doing that. 24-5 on the puck, not that dominant, but good enough for now, and Moo really crushing bottom lane. He's going for a big kill.
Moo is just going behind the tower here, and Yao one more hit away. Salve up, that's going to force him to do one more, but I mean, look at how quickly he's moving with that Tranquil Boots. Outworld Destroyer, wins lane, gets solo kills. That's why you take the ultimate level 6. Do not skip this thing. It is pretty good.
Yeah, it's also, you really don't need the orb early. You can get a point in it once you max your passive at the SNSR and once maybe you've 2 or 3 points.
Link into Ensnare, and he's going to drop a stun immediately. Link is broken. Where's the Grave Chill? Where's the nukes? Looks like they're a little bit worried about the Enchantress creeps coming in. TongFu just really not connecting on these kills, and again, they
need wards.
Yeah.
They're playing in the dark. You can't play in the dark against an Enchantress. It's very dangerous.
They're trading 3-man experience to 2-man because Enchantress is jungling, and in fact, Enchantress is going to come around for a little bit of kill attempt. Nightmare's going to go right on Naga Siren. We're going to see a Classic Fall. Nice takeaway from Shanshong, but that's gonna, well, they don't really care. They're going to get 1 kill. Shanshong in big trouble as well. Nice Grave Chill. It's running to the south, and he should be back home. Meanwhile, though, we do see a Link chase from Hao, but Hao really? Uh-oh. Enchant's going to be used on him. Sylar does not have mana, and neither does DDC. He wants to turn around and fight it away. He has a ton of damage. Not sure how he has some next level vision across. He's going to get a return kill, but DDC gets himself a double.
And everybody's getting prizes. 3 multi-kill prizes awarded out after that engagement. Yeah, I don't really know what Hao was doing there. He should have been fighting with his team, but he's busy diving the Enchantress at the tower with heal up. Sure, you're stealing some damage from her, but I mean, you need to. This tri lane is all about these 3 fighting together. You want a hero to be net, maybe Grave Chilled, and then you drop the static link either right before the net or as it goes out. You steal a bunch of damage, you start auto-attacking, you throw your Plasma Field and Riptide, and then you Soul Assumption. Someone gets low and you kill them. These 3 heroes are not really that strong by themselves. Sure, Razor can steal a lot of damage, but heroes just run away. Sure, Naga can net somebody, she can't kill anyone. And now we'll see them actually... Oh, did he just dodge the net with his ult?
No.
I think Sylar dodged the net here.
Oh my goodness.
He popped the ult. I believe there's like that split second of transformation time where you're invulnerable. Dodges the net, and now TongFu in a headlong retreat.
Yeah, Banana is so dead as well. He have a teleport scroll. He's not using it. Riptide's going to hit on 4, but it doesn't matter. I didn't see the animation of that net. I'm not sure if that was just Perfect World or that was some ult dodge.
I think it works like how Lone Druid's ult works.
It does. It definitely does. You can dodge projectile nukes, but
that's what it looked like.
I didn't even see the net flying out, so I'm not sure if it's Perfect World or something happening there. I'll check the replay to confirm.
I saw a net. Maybe it's just on my screen, but yeah, I think he dodged with his ult.
Well, that's fantastic.
That is a very hard play. That's a Wodo to play right there from Sylar. We would have been more excited, but we weren't sure what
We're just confused.
I wasn't sure about the mechanics. You weren't sure about what the game was showing you.
Yeah.
So. Well, in the end, though, LGD China, they now lead 5-2, 8 minutes in. This game going their way. 750 gold lead, a 2,000 experience lead. And the big thing for me is I thought TongFu should have been able to win 3 lanes, at least 2. The solo lanes have gone well for them, but I don't feel they've gone well enough for the amount of deaths they've given up on this tri lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think LG China could go into a Dos Equis commercial right now. They don't usually win early game, but when they do, they have a 100% win rate. So I think we could call it a day, wait for game 3, and...
Oh, are you calling GG now?
I'm calling GG right now.
Guys, we're going to shut down the stream. We're going to take a quick
We all
break.
need like a 40-minute nap.
We'll get some more boba tea for Lumi.
Yeah.
We'll wake Ben Wu up from his frat boy beer coma. And we'll come back.
You wrestle him from the carcasses of dead, drunken bodies in the laundry room.
It's a lot of carcasses and a lot of like death imagery because we're dying of heat exhaustion here.
It's actually not so bad now.
It's not so bad. We turned off all the lights in the studio. Now it just looks like a morgue. But Chow8's coming top lane. He'll drop a roar on Banana, really trying to contest that pull. And well, you can't contest the pull like that. Not when you're level 4. They have some wards up, but not enough wards. There's never enough wards when it's nighttime and there's a Beastmaster roaming around with his ult.
Yeah, this is the particular weakness of having Visage and Naga Siren as your 2 lane support, is because when you have a very bad trialing, like the way they're having a bad trialing, your 2 support can't really roam to the mid lane gank. They're just not really that good of a roamer. And as a result, TongFu is throwing up their supports up top, and they keep just dying. Like, they just don't recover in this lane. They should have been going on the bot lane and start pulling there as well, because Moo's really far up on the tower, and he's actually killing Yao under the tower, but he's also very susceptible to any TP ganks.
He will have a mech soon, and that's actually a big item this game.
House also did.
Yeah. They can't stay in the lane here.
Like I said, they need to just abandon, and then now pull bot.
You're absolutely right. They really need to abandon. They can even just leave maybe Naga there. I think she's got no points of mirror image. So, all right. They just need to abandon
Just
lane.
leave Massacre and hopefully...
Head for the hills. Head for the bottom lane. Go get your level 6 on the Visage. Go get your level 6 on the Naga. You are not contesting top. Maybe if Puck TP's in, King J actually going for Arcane Boots. Just the support's doing so poorly that he feels he has to be able to give them the mana. They're not getting themselves.
Yeah, I mean...
But you'd like to see the treads. You'd like to see more of your snowball style Puck. Now the tower really under siege. Surprised to see TongFu looking to defend this. No. I guess they will. Are they still sticking around? Moose joined the fight. He gets roared. He gets blown up. Didn't have his mech even. I can't believe they're fighting this. I really can't believe they're fighting this. Banana goes in. What are they thinking? That is just not a fight you can take. Now a power shot on King J. Driven back. If they had the mech, maybe they could have fought that, but I don't know. Puck wasn't really in position. That was a questionable engagement.
All right. LD.
Yeah.
Does this TongFu team look like the same TongFu team that won the last game, or does this TongFu team look like 5 drunken Merlinis? Because what the hell was that defense up top?
I mean, like they didn't have the mech, they didn't have Song of the Siren. Now the mech is up, but it wasn't delivered during that fight. I think King J was just very late to the fight, and yes, he had a great Dream Coil, but LGD have a lot of HP. They have a lot of tanky heroes. Beastmaster's tanky. Alka's pretty tanky. He's level 8, by the way. Bane is Brain Sap, so he's deceptively hard to kill. And Windrunner's elusive. TongFu really need the full combo in order to bring heroes down.
I mean, to be fair, everybody's HP was really low, right? If the ultimate from OD went off, I think that would have been like a vastly different fight. So I guess OD just underestimated the chain stun coming out from LG. He thought he was safe at dropping all of his spells. That didn't happen. Good focus fire LGD, and it looked like a lopsided victory, but keep in mind that LGD kind of fled in low HP. Could have got changed around if OD plop his ultimate. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Yeah,
it was a great initiation by LGD, but it was handed to them on a silver platter, right? OD TP's in front. And
what are going to not stun the OD?
See, that's where, like, if they had Naga Song, that's a fine fight, because Banana just sleeps when he gets roared, and you turn the fight around.
Yeah.
But he's not level 6 yet, so... Well, it hurts. It hurts, Lumi. Here comes the push, though. They're going to try and group up and force on the bottom. No Song of the Siren. They do have their mech now. Oh, I still worry, though. The mech gets popped. King J feeling a bit squishy to me. Shackle's going to connect. God. This could be bad. There's no roar. TongFu will back off. I think TongFu just needs to calm down. Like, if you look at LGD China's lineup, they're not unbeatable late game by any means. Enchantress falls off quite a bit. There's a lot of single target lockdown, not much AoE. TongFu have a very strong team fight. I don't think they really have to like win the game right now. If they just sit back and farm, they get level 6 on the Visage, they get level 6 on Banana, they maybe get some very basic items, perhaps a Blink Dagger on the Puck. You have enough damage to take a late game, and this Alk has not farmed that much. Oh, they're going on Sylar now.
Yeah, they're going to try to get that disruption off, the plus 80 movement speed. But Alchemist also get movement speed from his Chemical Rage. And
dude,
of course,
can this guy truck it or what?
He's quick.
Alk squats. I can tell you right now. This guy deadlifts, he squats, because he buffs it.
A little bit of a forgotten factor is bonus movement speed from Alchemist. 30, 40, or 60 from their level. Pretty imbalanced.
Yeah, eat your oats. Squat like a champ. Here we go. 5 heroes grouped up for LGD China. Forcing the tier 1 mid. Chipping away at it here and there. Double damager and up on Xiao 8. 2 points in Inner Beast. TongFu, they are the lineup that very much just does not want to go yet. They really need Song of the Siren. Banana is desperately trying to farm it right now.
One thing that Xiao got to be very careful is his selection of Beastmaster Roar. If he roars anything but that OD, that guy's getting disrupted. So Xiao should not be roaring anybody else.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty much you roar that hero. If you shackle the OD or something, then you can use your roar wherever you want, but If you don't focus him down, it's going to be trouble. Plus, he's the mech carrier as well, so you do not want him getting that off. There we go.
Coming in right now. Sun's going to go on right on how. No disruption. There's a mech defensively. Good, really good Dream Ball. But here comes the ultimate as well. They finally roll Mu, and Mu is so dead. Magic Swan up, but he just really get focused down. Nice grip against King J. King J would not be able to warp out. A couple more right clicks. They will get the kill on him as well. And it's just a massacre. Everybody else reload.
Now they have Song of the Siren.
After everybody dies?
Yeah. So one of the issues...
Yep, GG.
No, GG. They just got clobbered. But I think one of the big issues there as well was OD dropped his ult, and he had like 60 intelligence, and it's a level 1 ult, and it just barely even scratched LGD. They have a mech, they have some tanky heroes. Sometimes when you see like Mushi snowballs and he drops that big OD ult, everyone like blows up. Everyone was like, they got tickled.
I mean, he has Triangle Boots and a mech. That's not really an intelligence item, but nothing
and it's
to see
only
here.
a level 2 imprisonment. It's not even maxed.
Yeah. Well,
underwhelming. I think TongFu just, like you said, they could have engaged in some damage control. Just abandon the off lane, maybe leave one hero there to try and hold on to the tower. Get your Song of the Siren, get your familiars up, fight with the mech, not be forwards there. Don't TPN in the front lines as OD. If they had just bounced back better and just accepted that they had lost that lane instead of saying like, no, we didn't lose this lane. Watch, we're going to prove it to you guys right now. They might have been able to turn it around.
I mean, if you want to keep jamming heroes up top, then make your Pug rotate and get some Dream Coil kills. In fact, King J never rotated. It was actually Xiao A that rotated with Beastmaster Roar and got even more kills on the top lane for LGD China. Mu played well on the bot. He didn't need to move. He shouldn't move, but Puck needed to do more if they want to play the way they did. They didn't. I called a GG 8 minutes in.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
But he was right.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a Chinese to know Chinese donut.
No Chinese. All right, TongFu will now even up the series by dropping one game against LGD China. We had a lot of upsets today. IG got 2-0 raffle stomped by Rising Snake. Rising Star. And Orange Esport, not exactly a raffle stomp, but just easily defeated Rattlesnake. And we'll I personally believe we're watching the two best Chinese team playing right now. Judging from recent performance, TongFu winning the DSL, LG China coming second in the Alien World Cup.
DK looked really good in the group stages, though. I don't think you got to watch them, but they were picking Wisp. They were running Bounty Hunter for Burning. They have finally started to break out of that 4 Protect 1 shell, and they went 5-0 in their group.
Okay,
so
I'm looking forward to...
Maybe DK is the dark horse here. Well, not the dark horse, but the team to look out for.
The forgotten team, yeah. But we'll be talking about DK a little bit later on. Game 3 of LG China versus TongFu is coming up next, and don't go anywhere from Beyond the Summit as the RedBull ECL action is going to continue. As well as melting boba, drinking.
Bye. Victor, take us out. Save us.